Well, I hope this low light GoPro will take advantage of this. It was gorgeous out here about an hour ago. Blue sky, absolutely gorgeous. It's 8:45 on the East Coast. You can see some really heavy rain coming down the river or going up the river, but look at that roll cloud, man. I'm going to get out here a little further. It's starting to sprinkle drops here. That's the front of a roll cloud right there. Pardon the light, but it's getting dark here on the East Coast. Now you can see where the rain is. And there were two people out on that pier up to about 5 minutes ago. A dark sky. And the rain seems to be coming down the river. It's getting wider. A lot of lightning. Most of the thunder sounds a long ways away. Looks like a nice little roll cloud in front of a system. Only 30% chance of rain today. Well, the reason sometimes I don't get back to answering your comments is we're staying at the river longer and we don't have internet down here. That's just the latest look at our hydrangea without any more azalea type fertilizer on it. And these are a little bit bluer because they got a little bit more on it. And I'll show you a fig tree after we worked on it. It's now a bush with one branch, one trunk. We will cut that little stub off later when fall comes. But that will be a bush. This house is 24 feet wide, so that's probably 16, 18 feet wide across the ground. And that did leaf out a lot. And this is our little pond bed I've been showing you, and we've got all the caladiums in there. And the hostas are going to flower. We counted 90 some lily leaves in there. We started with about 25 or 6. That is the bore hole. That hole is I think 12 feet deep. And if you walk over here, there's another one 12 feet deep. And if you walk up here, there's another one 12 feet deep. And we are going to put in a better septic system. And that's a 4th hole, but he hit a big root. And we have good sand conditions underneath here. And a 15 by 30 field will be placed in here with the latest technology in septic tanks. This is our trapezoid bed. We have thrown a little bit of my soil in there just to empty a container, and we need to plant some more of my calla lilies. They're doing quite well and are very healthy. I don't know whether I didn't mark my dahlias last year, so we might not have all the big plate-sized dahlias down here. They might be at home. But we'll have pictures of them from whatever. The cannas are really looking healthy. That hydrangea is blooming. And we really need to cut these seed pods off. They're starting to brown up. And we don't need, see those seeds in that little pod? I thought it was a seed, it wasn't. And my trailer down here, because we had a freezer that was probably 35, 40 years old that we used for bait. And we've removed that from the property and put one in that someone donated to us. Still have weeds in this row up here. We haven't figured out what we're going to do up here yet. We've tied the tomatoes up. See these multiple stems? These are up to well above my waist. I'm going to eventually go back to the one that we were talking about suckers on. I believe it was this one, but we'll get back to that plant just to see how many it has. You can see the tomatoes are getting a little bit larger. Nothing's in that row. all this other stuff's coming up. We've got this all composted in, so we'll free up on the weeds. We've done 2/3 of that one, and we got to get these weeds out. And we have some carrots in there. Who knows? And that's my scuppernine that I haven't dug up yet. We've had way too much rain. Everything's still alive there. This fall video is following another one. Now today is Monday the 15th at 5:45 on the East Coast, and we're getting ready to go home. And you're now looking at this, and before you've seen a video of how pretty these were less than a week ago. And this is what happens when it just rains and rains and rains, and they say there's a slight chance, and it rains for 5 hours. And there's just a possible chance that there might be a little isolated thunderstorm. We have a roll cloud go across here. Look at this. Just rain and rain and rain. There's our cukes up. We'll be getting some before long. And here's the ones that are planted 2 or 3 weeks behind the others. We still got to protect it from a rabbit fence.